All right, this is just going to be a really brief introduction to the course and some of the expectations associated with the course. You really should listen to this in concert with a course tour that you can find in the syllabus, as well as with a careful examination of the syllabus as well. And if you end up having any problems or questions about how the course is structured, let me know. If this doesn't help you sort of sort out where we're going in the course, I'm happy to provide some personal guidance to you. Next slide is a bit goofy here, but I've got to do it. Here's a picture of me along with my contact information, just so you can associate a face with the voice that you're going to hear droning on in a lot of these lectures. And here I am. I always start off courses by talking about the importance of the syllabus and also the importance of Blackboard. And this is particularly important for an online course. You bear a lot of responsibility for making sure you know what's going on in the course and when. And so I just want to make sure that you are totally familiar with how the syllabus is structured and how Blackboard is structured as well, which is why it's important for you to go back to that syllabus and Blackboard and really figure things out. I've listed my contact information before. I am happy for you to contact me. You can see me during office hours, or you are free to email or call and we can set something up. Outside of office hours, I am frequently in my office and ready to meet with you. This course is a basic introduction to geography structured along what's called world regional geography, where we go from one region of the world to the next. It's a pretty standard way to offer geography in North America. This course also talks a lot about geography, but really does it by working through the tools that geographers use, social sciences, and also geographic information systems to help to understand the world. I won't bore you too much with the sort of what is geography stuff, though there is some of that in the first region module. We'll also be exploring social science because this is a social science GER course, not a natural science GER course. So make sure you know that before proceeding any farther. We will also be talking about global problems and solutions to those problems as well. The teaching methods I will use include what's of course lecture, these PowerPoint lectures that are posted on YouTube. They're also posted as PDF files so you can just read them, as well as a series of ungraded assignments that I suggest that you do to help you familiarize yourself with some of the content we're looking at, and readings from the book. Each region module that you will be completing, and there are 8 of them over the course of the semester, will also include 2 assignments, one Google Earth assignment, one social science thinking assignment. So that means you have 16 little assignments due over the course of the entire semester. The book for the course is written by Tim Marshall. It's called Prisoners of Geography, and it deals a little bit more with the geopolitical aspects of the world than I do in some of the other content. So in some ways it sort of covers bases that I've missed, and I cover a lot of material that he doesn't do in the book. It's a good book. It's pretty easy to read as well. There are essentially 3 basic requirements for the course. There are 2 exams, each worth 20%. That's 40% of the total. And then there are a total of 8 Google Earth assignments worth 30% of the total grade, and 8 social science thinking assignments, each worth 30%. And again, each region module, there are 8 of them, has 1 Google Earth assignment and 1 social science thinking assignment. The exam that takes place in the middle of the 4 region modules is exam number 1, and exam number 2, which takes place at the end of the course, is a non-comprehensive exam testing you on the last 4 region modules. Now, there are lots of academic policies, and this is the stuff you really need to dig down a little bit into in the syllabus. I'm not going to go over it all here because you can read it all online. But there's a late policy, and the late policy is pretty strict in my courses. You're supposed to get things due in the day that they are due, or you don't get a grade for the assignment. Don't put off stuff, because if you put off stuff in this course, once the assignments expire, you can no longer do them. There's a grading scale and also rubrics posted. The grading scale in this class is the standard. 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, etc. But you can get a little bit more detailed information about how I grade by looking at the rubrics for each of the assignments and also the rubrics for the exam as well. I'm going to encourage you over the course of the semester to use some sort of electronic calendar so that you don't miss deadlines and you don't miss assignments, I strongly recommend using a Google Calendar because it's so easy to interface it between Blackboard and your UA account. There are a bunch of other policies as well, including GES policies, that's Geography and Environmental Studies. This course is being offered in that department, as well as university policies too, and I encourage you to take a look at those. Now, you've probably already taken a look at the course and you've looked through the first region module at least. You can see that they're always structured the same way. They start off with some outcomes that I expect you to read before the region module takes place, and then afterwards to make sure that you have mastered the concept you're supposed to understand. Then there's something called a region exploration, which involves you using Google Earth to explore that particular part of the world, as well as reading a chapter in the book about that region. Sometimes there's some ungraded assignments associated with the region exploration. Sometimes not, but there's always a Google Earth assignment that you have to complete. Now, that assignment doesn't have to be completed right when you do the region exploration. In fact, sometimes it makes a little bit of sense to wait until after you've done the region theme to do the Google Earth assignment. The region theme is sort of the main lecture. It's where we delve into one particular global issue that's related to that region and the world. And it usually does have some ungraded assignments that you need to complete as you prepare for examination in particular. And then the last section of every region module includes what I call region solutions. That's where we look a little bit about social science, and we also look at different development solutions to some of the problems that we've talked about as well. And again, there's some ungraded assignments often associated with these lectures, particularly the solution lectures, that I encourage you to complete as you prepare for the exam. There is always a social science thinking assignment associated with each region solutions portion. That's where those two assignments come from. By the time you're done with the region module, you should have completed both the Google Earth assignment as well as the social science thinking assignment. And then the final slide I'm going to show you here is just sort of the breakdown of where we're going. It starts with North America and we end with the Pacific Rim. If you need to, you can go back and take a look at this schedule, but you should be able to find the schedule in ample other places, including on the syllabus. So if you have any questions about the course and its structure, please let me know. I'm happy to answer your questions. Always happy to make short little videos for people as well if you don't quite understand some particular aspect of the course.